Life is so simple now. I love it. I went to the laundromat today because I still ain't bought no washer and dryer. I'm so country. Because I literally wear nothing. I have one load that I wash every 2 weeks or so. Look at these little. Can you see them? Can y'all see my babies? Have a buzz. Have a buzz. My girls down here, my big girls. She said, "You done picked up a little weight." I said, I was like, "Yeah, I picked up a little something. I did. I can't stand it, but it's okay." I've recently transitioned out of eating any sugar whatsoever. Any sugar I get comes from cream or cheese, heavy whipping cream or cheese, and that's usually in my coffee. I don't put any sweetener in my coffee now. Isn't that amazing? I can't even believe it. I'm like, I thought there'd never be a day that I could drink coffee without sweetener in it. But do you see my new babies? You see the new little ones in there? Little baby. But I do. And I am a full-blown carnivore now. I went from vegan, vegetarian to sometimes mostly eating fruits and vegetables all day, every day, to where I eat only animal products now. I know, right? I just be changing it up. But I've just done so much research. First of all, I just had to know how I gained so much weight so fast. I was really upset with that. Oh, speaking of which, I need to go chop up. That's what I did. I forgot. I got out. I still have some prunes. I'm going to cut them up real good. I think I'm going to put them in the blender and bring them out here. They say they're good for my chickens as long as I don't go crazy. But I had did so much research on gaining so much weight very quickly, and I was like, what is going on? I mean, I've been doing some things, but not really, and it is bread, rice, and potatoes. That really is it. Bread, rice, and potatoes, and sugar. And once I cut those things completely out, I started logging what I was eating. Look, you see how my tummy got big again? Not too big, but big enough. And it's easy. My stomach right here, ever since I had my hysterectomy, it does what it does. Unless I am 40 pounds lighter, which literally, it's exactly 40 pounds from my lowest, which is the same weight I was when I got out of high school. But now that I know I can be that and it's easy to carry, I can feel the difference when I'm not that now, right? I started logging what I was eating. And I would literally, once I put in, like, say for instance, I would eat 2 or 3 apples a day. And I would eat my cabbage salad. And I'd be so excited about these wonderful bowel movements that I was having, that I'm thinking I'm really doing the dang thing, right? But I was still gaining weight. I'm like, now wait a minute. When I logged that darn apple, and that apple said 25 grams of fructose, which is sugar, it hurt my feelings. It did. I said, oh no. So I started remembering and thinking, and it's almost like I could hear my own self just simply say, remember everything you really love to eat. Think about it. Think about what you would, if you had your choice, and you do, but I mean, you just wanted to eat something. I started to pay attention to things I really loved that I was no longer even eating. Like, I love ground beef. Love it. I'm the kind of person that if I was making tacos or anything else where I'm making the ground beef, I was trying to get the little bug, I would start eating the ground beef, right? And over the years, I have learned how to make the most amazing steaks, ribeyes. Like I used to work in restaurants and I done been to some of the most fanciest steakhouses there is. So I was like, I got my baby, so I got fresh eggs every day, okay? And I was like, so I went down the carnivore rabbit hole and I really started paying attention, and they started talking about brain fog lifting and how the body creates carbohydrates. The body creates, we need cholesterol. The brain needs red meat. And I was like, wait a minute. I mean, I was tripping. I was like, wait, this is completely different from everything I thought I knew. This is completely different. Like, but what about all my fruits and vegetables? And they was like, and this is from doctors. I mean, I learned all this from doctors. They were like, the human body doesn't really need or eat fruits and vegetables. And they was like, then of course my brain started thinking, just think about all the propaganda over the years about eat your vegetables, eat your fruit and vegetables, eat your fruits and vegetables. Except that wasn't something that was normal or natural to the human condition. We didn't just have fruits and vegetables around. We had animals, right? And I'm like, what the hell? And then I start thinking about babies, children. When you put a plate of food down in front of children, they want to just eat the meat. You have to force them darn near to eat vegetables. I mean, I know there's some anomalies. I got my children eat vegetables. Like my mama said, doctor it up. You know what I'm saying? I put butter and things. But primarily, babies want to eat the meat. And they'll eat meat as long as you'll give it to them. And they're happy. So I took all that into account. I watched all the doctors. And I said, I'm going to try this. And it has been, let's see. I'm going to say 3 weeks, definitely 2, it's more than 2. I'm going to say 3 weeks where I've been full on carnivore, meaning I haven't eaten anything except animal products. I've got a nice balance to myself. Shout out to the big box stores. If you go to Sam's or Costco where you can really rack up on things, I found all grass-fed beef sticks and things I love. I love sardines, so I can eat as many sardines as I want. You know what I'm saying? And then I learned about priming, which is where you eat until you eat 3 meals a day primarily, and you nourish your body with the meat, with fatty meats, things like that. I don't eat pork, so I don't eat bacon and all that stuff. But like today, I made 2 beef patties, Angus beef patties, and I fried an egg on top of each one. Now, I haven't eaten the other one yet, but I had one of my beef patties with my fried egg, and I love the Hebrew National hot dogs, which I hadn't had in forever, and so they had buy one, get one free. I bought both of them, girl, okay, and I made 2 of those, and so I ate both the hot dogs with nothing but just mustard. And I had the patty. And I was very happy. Now, I'm going to go in here in a little while and go ahead and eat the other patty with the egg. I'm not incredibly hungry, but I do need to continue to nourish my body. And eventually when I fall to where I will only do 2 meals and be done eating by 5 or 6, which is what my ultimate goal is, and I can already feel that it's happening, then I'll go ahead and get into that. But immediately, let me see, if it's been 3 weeks, I'm not joking. Within the first week of me eating nothing but animal products, lots of fatty meat, lots of eggs, I try to get at least my goal weight, which is 140, and say I'm 170 something, 180. Let's just say 180 because it'd be fluctuating because I'm nourishing right now. It jumps from, it'd be like 176, 180, 179, and I just like, I know once I come off the coffee and the cream, that's when it's really going to come off. But I do watch my body change, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too obsessed with the scale right now. I've done enough research to realize that the body is going to change itself as I become fat adapted. So that's fine. But what I wanted to say was, within a week, the one thing for sure I realized was the brain fog. Everybody kept talking about the brain fog would lift, and I didn't realize, I kind of realized I had some brain fog, but the brain fog and the energy. My friggin' energy level went pshoo. And I mean, I'm talking, pardon, in terms of when I wake up, I'm up, and I'm up immediately. I jump out that bed just about. I mean, I don't jump. I pray and say thank you. and because my hickey up and my giddy up, you know, my back and everything, I don't get moved too fast. But my energy level, man, that need to just, like, that feeling like you just want to take a nap in the middle of the day. I do that on the Sabbath. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what it is about the Sabbath. I guess because it's a day of rest, my body be like, it's a day of rest. We gonna rest. I will sleep on the Sabbath. I get up like I'm supposed to, but then sometime throughout that day, I'm gonna take a nap. And it's gonna be so great. Like yesterday was the Sabbath. When I tell you I took a nap, it was fabulous. So for me, I really living this simple life, removing myself from everything and everybody, gaining my real sovereignty over my life, over my existence, you know, even living out in the country, and I'm just here. You know, I got my neighbor, they right there. But other than that, I mean, don't got nobody else. You know, I mean, I got some neighbors. I don't live away from everybody. I mean, there's some houses here. But, you know, and there's a grocery store. It's not far. There's a grocery store less than 3 miles from me. Or maybe 4. If I had to walk to the grocery store, I could. It ain't that big of a deal. But moving away from everything and everybody, and really using scripture as my guide. I didn't even know the scripture was guiding me to, you know, eat more animals. But I can feel my life evolving in a particular way that I'm very excited about. I'm much more calmer. I can think so much more clearer. You know, they call it the lifting of the brain fog, but for sure, I can think so much more clearer. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on this land as long, you know. I love it, but also I think I don't think I know. I know I want to be somewhere a little bit cooler, believe it or not. And I would like to be somewhere a little bit, maybe a little bit more elevated, a little bit more mountainous. Cooler air. I wouldn't even mind if I had a little bit of snow from time to time. Nothing too crazy. My dad's family is from Tennessee, and I've been thinking about that. You know, grabbing a couple of acres up there, maybe. This is 2, and it's a lot. 2 acres is a lot. I am not joking. But if I do homestead land up there, I'll be looking for 2 to 5 acres. No more than 5. I don't want to. But if I do 5, it would be because maybe 2 or 3 of them is heavily wooded. You know what I mean? And I want to do more. I want to do more. And I feel like, the class I wanted to take, the construction class, I'm still going to take that freaking construction class. I want to learn how to build things with my hands. I took my sewing class. There's another one coming up. I'm gonna take another sewing class. And those are the things that really matter to me. You know, they really matter to me. And I want to learn how to make my own butter, for instance. And I don't want to be in the business of butchering meat at all. I don't want to do that. However, I wouldn't mind learning, I wouldn't mind learning. Like if I had to and hunt a deer or cure meat without refrigeration. I've got chickens, but I don't use mine for meat chickens. I use mine for eggs. But I could, I could grow meat chickens. I could. But I really enjoy this simple life. It takes hard work, but it really doesn't. When I think about working the way I used to work, 50, 60 hours a week, hardly home. And when I was home, I would walk in, put my purse down, and go right in that refrigerator and grab a beer. You hear me? Then I would drink that beer down and then open another beer. And before the evening was up, I would have drank at least 4, sometimes 5, 6 beers. If I had 4 beers, then I definitely have me some whiskey with it. You see what I'm saying? Just nonsense, So I enjoy nourishing my body. I can feel the difference, even if the weight is not coming off yet. Like I've listened to enough to realize that it probably won't be until the second month of being a carnivore that weight will start to come off. And plus, you got to tamper off like how many calories you intake as your body starts to get a fat adapted. So I'm prepared for all of that, and I'm okay. I mean, I was not happy though. I ain't gonna lie about the weight gain. Especially when I went to go buy an outfit. I had to go buy an outfit. And that is when you really can see the difference of how much weight you gain. And I was so cranky. Ooh, I was so cranky. But I was like, it's okay. It's all right. It's going to come right on off. You just do what you got to do. Let the body do what it's doing. Let the body heal. And I can feel the difference already. I still have a lot of pain from, my injuries from when I was in the military. But I can feel my joints kind of not aching as much and things like that. But yeah, I'm a full-on carnivore now. And I love my homestead life. I want to get a little bit more into it though. And I think I really do want to be a little bit more elevated, maybe into the mountains. And I want a little cooler climate. I don't mind the heat. I love the heat. But I'm not a fan anymore, I don't think, of the humid southern summers necessarily. Not that I think it would be better in Tennessee. However, maybe in a mountainous area and near a stream, near some water. That's really what I'm thinking. So look for that within the next 24 months for sure. And also, I'm going to relocate again out of the country for a while. Not for too long. I'm thinking, I don't know where I'm going to go yet. But for instance, my baby chicks, they won't start laying eggs till the first week of September, which gives me, this is May, June, July, August. I got 3 months to get somewhere. And I am really, really thinking my criteria are close by water, because I love the water, being able to walk as much as I want to and easily be able to do it. Like get my shoes on, get my sneakers or my sandals or whatever and just walk, That's one thing I did love about being in Mexico is I would just walk 2 and 3 miles a day. So maybe I'll return back to Mexico. I don't know. I'd have to contact people and say, hey, I need a room. What's up? but yeah, I don't want to be there longer than that. Although it's too hot to go to Mexico right now, unless I go to a different area. You know what I'm saying? Like a mountainous area where it's cooler. Because, baby, and I want to be able to do the saunas. That's the thing I loved about Mexico. I could be in that sauna at the spa and so on. So, I don't know. I'm looking. Vietnam seems kind of far, though. When I was looking up places, it was like Vietnam, Indonesia, Taiwan, Thailand. I was like, and I wanted to go to Korea because I love the Korean spas. So I might do that, actually. I might do that. I don't know yet. So look for an update from me. I know I ain't been on here. I haven't been talking to you all. It's not that. I've been doing a lot of work. I'm excited to be correcting my status, gaining my individual sovereignty, learning how to be a private citizen. And I know when I say those terms, y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to be sharing a lot more information regarding how to come from under all of the working and all of trying to pay off debt and the grabbing of things that it robbed you of your life, and show you how to live a more simple life, kind of like I do. People go, well, how did you do it? And I'm not going to say it was easy. I definitely had some resources. But more than that, I had faith. More than that, I had faith. I had an absolute knowing inside myself that everything was going to be all right. But that I would surely die if I was to stay in my job and keep trying to pay bills and do all this nonsense. When I tell you the Holy Spirit said, not only do I want you to get off the hamster wheel, I want you to jump off of it, throw it up against a wall and let it just bust and break around you. None of that is real. That's a construct made by this system that ain't got nothing to do with your real life. And I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier, more fulfilled, and not that I ever have, than I ever have been, but I know that what's coming and what my plans are going to be so much greater. Being more self-sufficient, breaking away from the lies and the noise of these constructs. I don't get lost in things that are not real. So many people live in an unreality. They live in their phones, or they live in a television, TV shows and movies, and that it ain't real. I'm very in touch with my real life. I'm barefoot on this earth right now. I'm taking care of these chickens. I'm learning how to build things with my hands. I'm learning how to build trust in myself, how to be a sovereign person, how to really enjoy being in my body, understanding what a blessing it is to be alive. What a miracle of life that we all get to experience. And I'll be darned if I was going to spend it working some job. Shout out to everybody got to work a job. But if you knew how to escape, how to get off of the wheel, there are ways to do that. And I couldn't teach it unless I'd gone all the way through it, through the fire, through the knowledge. And that's what I've done and am continuing to do. And I'm going to be sharing with you all classes you can take, things you can do, and I'm going to make myself available to help us through the process. And I just want to thank you to all of you all who have hung in there with me, still believe in me for whatever reason that you do. Been my friends, my supporters, been my virtual family. It has meant a whole lot. I've lost a lot of people. And that's all right. But for you all that have hung in there with me, I'm telling you, it's just a blessing. Thank you so much. I love you all very much. I'm going to continue to do what I got to do. I need to go in this class. I need to go in my house, sit down at my desk, and get back on my class. I'm doing something right now. And for some of us, things take a lot longer, whether you have adult ADHD or PTSD, those things, some of the byproducts is procrastination. And you can get stuck, and that definitely has been one of my things. And I have learned and am learning to love myself and get myself going. So I'm taking care of some business right now in my office, and I'm excited. And I just got to cheer myself on. So that's why I said class, because it is like a class. I'm about to go in my office, but that's where I do my classes. So I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves, take care of your bodies. Look into the carnivore diet, and what I would say is definitely get away from any form of seed oils, you all. You ought not be using any vegetable oils. That yellow stuff in the grocery store, don't fry anything else. You know, we get to live in an era where we can have an air fryer. You know, just season up your chicken and put it in there. You don't need to bread it. Don't put any more flour on things. Don't fry any fish. Stay away from any form of processed food. I mean, these things, you got to see these people, these companies that used to own the cigarette companies and get people addicted, now own General Mills and Nestle and all of these places. They're working to get us addicted and keep us addicted. And these same people are the same people that own the pharmaceuticals. They want to get you on drugs, and get you debilitated for the rest of your life. You ought not be sick in your body in your 50s and 60s. That's too young. That's insane. It really is something. And we have knowledge now. We can fight back. So that's my thing. Let go of sugary drinks. Drink water. Drink water, drink coffee, put some honey or lemon. I don't do honey anymore. I don't do any sweeteners at all anymore. I don't even do stevia anymore. But even that, I would say do that as opposed to doing any form of fried food. Fried food is the devil. You hear me? Because the oil, number one, is horrific for you. French fries are an abomination. And this is somebody used to, I got potatoes growing right over there, right? I got stuff growing on my land that I don't even eat anymore. Matter of fact, I just picked a giant thing of all this lettuce. The romaine lettuce grew so big. I chop it up and feed it to my chickens. I don't even eat it. I chop it up and feed it to my chickens. My husband will be home tomorrow or maybe tonight. I don't know. But I'll make him a salad. It'll be some lettuce and some and onions. I'll put some apple cider vinegar and extra virgin olive oil and make it, put some seasoning in it. But I don't even eat the lettuce anymore. I don't eat nothing but animal products now. But those are my suggestions for someone looking to feel better. Get rid of the seed oils, get rid of the breads, the rice, the potatoes. If it come in a bag, it come in a box or got a barcode, don't eat it. Okay? If you want to still eat, tomatoes, avocados, onions, things like that. Like I did bread, don't get me wrong. See, I ate some vegetables and things before I bred myself completely off. So that's always a good thing. Or you can do ketovore, but don't eat any keto packaged stuff. Nothing. Don't do that, because that stuff is terrible. Read them ingredients. If it got a barcode, don't eat it. I'm at that place now. And once I started seeing that these people was like trying to kill me with the stuff they add in this food, I was like, well, I just ain't gonna let you do it. I'm just ain't gonna let you do it. So I love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body and fight your addictions. One thing I do know about eating this way, the high fat and the protein is curbed all the cravings. I don't crave sugar at all. But when I got home from Mexico, and it's been 2 years now, but just about 2 years, and I just started eating bread and carbohydrates, I started craving them, and then I was eating them all the time, and then boom, I looked up, plus I was eating all them fruits and vegetables. Baby, them 40 pounds said, what up, girl? Did you miss us? Hey, boo. I was like, I do not miss you, girl. I don't. So it's 35, 40. Let's just round it up to 40. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the future. I hope that you are. Take care of yourself, and thank you for hanging there with me. Peace and blessings to you and yours always. I really do love you.